Video 2. United Nations. Course negotiations in diplomatic practice can seem intimidating or confusing at first. To overcome this, we've created this video guide providing you an insight into its basic features. Simulated negotiation is an activity that can only be learned through preparation and consecutive practice. Most delegates know they should research their country and topics in order to prepare for negotiations. But understanding of the international organizations in which such negotiations regularly take place should be an integral part of their preparation as well. For the purpose of this course, the United Nations and its committees will serve as the benchmark. Understanding its system and the operation will help you play your role in model negotiations more realistically. First, let's start with a general overview of the United Nations. The UN is an international organization headquartered in New York, and it gathers 193 states. It was established after the Second World War in 1945 with primary purpose to prevent another World War conflict. The agenda of the UN deals, for instance, with promoting human rights, economic development, fostering social progress, political freedom and democracy, providing humanitarian aid, or dealing with matters of culture. However, the most important part of the agenda is maintaining international peace and security. Before you know more, you need to understand that there are 6 principal organs of the UN. The first one, and the most important one, is the Security Council, established to fulfill the organization's primary purpose, the maintenance of international peace and security. Security Council has 5 permanent members: France, Great Britain, United States, China, and Russia, while each of them has the power to veto any substantive resolution. Along with the 5 permanent members, the Security Council also has 10 temporary members that hold their seats on a rotating basis by geographic region. The other very important UN organ is where all 193 nations meet and come together in one place. It's the General Assembly, and it's the only body of the UN in which all member nations have equal representation. It decides the admission of new members, appoints non-permanent members of the Security Council, adopts the budget, or elects the UN Secretary General. Besides that, it passes what are called resolutions and provides a unique forum for multilateral discussion of the full spectrum of international issues covered by the UN Charter. And other UN entities are the Economic and Social Council, dealing with global economic and social affairs. The International Court of Justice, serving as the primary judicial branch of the UN and a universal court for international law. UN Secretariat, which is the administrative organ of the United Nations, and the Trusteeship Council, which, however, no longer meets. Each UN organ maintains its own area of responsibility, and all UN committees in which negotiations take place fall under one of these bodies. For you, as a delegate of a country, it is important to understand which actors make up the body where you negotiate, what the body can and cannot do, and how international issues are addressed by similar entity within the UN in a reality. As good research begins with good questions, we've prepared a list of questions that are meant to be a starting point for your preparation for model negotiations. First of all, what is the full name of the body you are simulating? Why and when it was founded, and what are its powers? Which countries serve on the body you are simulating? How does the body you are simulating operate, and how does voting work? What are the most recent UN actions on your issue, and why did past UN actions succeed or fail? What conferences and meetings have been held with regard to your issue, and what have UN officials said about your issue? Answers to most of these questions are subject to individual agreement between the students, but it's recommended to check the UN official website and explore the operation and role of its committees as well. Having clear answers to these questions will help you to accurately and effectively simulate the negotiations, which, at the end, will make work of all people involved easier.